Do not be afraid of Giguetta. It looks scary. It is not. It looks like it has a bunch of fast notes. Kind of does, but we're going to ease into it so it's not too bad. Our roadmap, we just play straight through in this version. We have no repeats. Our key signature, there isn't one. That means that we're in C major, and so that is low 2 on the D, A, E, and then we have a low 1 on the E string. We'll go through that scale in a second. Glance through to see if we have any accidentals. We have an F sharp in there, correction back to F natural in measure 5, and then we have a B flat in measure 6. It goes back in measure 7, and that is about it because it just repeats that at the end. So let's do our C major scale really quickly, just as quarter notes, as a good refresher. So start. I always think of here comes the bride. I forgot to find that C where it is. So C, D, E, F natural, G, A, B, C natural, D, E, F natural, low 1, low 2, 3, 4, and give yourself that extension for that C. Backwards 4. We don't do that extension in the piece, but it's good to have in our scales. So 6/8 is nothing to be afraid of. I think it's one of the most fun key signatures to play in. So what this means is that we have 6 beats in a measure, and the 8th note is getting the beat. So when we look at this first measure, we can think of them as 8th notes instead of 16th notes because it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. Our most common rhythms for this are our dotted half note, our dotted quarter notes. That gets 3 beats for this. Da, and then we have our quarter note and our 8th note. So 1, 2, 3, and then we have. Do we have that? Ooh, our last measure. We have a dotted 8th, a 16th, and an 8th. That's a lot to say. Da and 3. So we're going to get those 2 beats in there. And writing those slashes in really, really helps you. Now, that's the way we're going to approach this piece initially. And after you get this under your belts, it becomes a complex duple. So instead of saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, we're going to switch it up to have 2 beats per measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have to cram those 16th notes in there. And so that's why we're going to play it slowly so that we don't feel rushed. 1 and 2 and 3 and 5 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1. So to ease my mouth, I just say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 over and over again. It's easier for my mouth to say that sometimes. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and da, 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2 and 3 and da, 6, 1 and 2 and 3 and da, 6. And that's going to be our recurring theme for this a lot. It changes up a little bit in measure 17. We're just going to have the bum, 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 bum. 1 and 2 and 3 and da, 6, 1 and 2 and 3 and so we do not have to approach it that scarily. There's nothing major for bowing other than keeping it nice and light. Let your wrist do a lot of the work for you. Very gentle. Remember that your violin is holding up the bow for you, so you don't have to crunch into this. Even with that forte, a A lot of this can be done in the mid to upper half, and it makes it nice and easy, especially for the recapitulation at measure 9, to make it even quieter, be at the tip. And as you get louder, come down there and use more speed, not too much pressure. Those all weigh into each other, but that's another video on dynamics. At measure 17, we have accents. Oh, low 2. Now, at 21, 22, 23, I accent each of these sets of groups. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will help you with keeping the pulse and with keeping it more musical. So just a little bit more weight on the bow, a little bit more speed will help you out for that. Enjoy my slow practice videos with it, and happy practice.